So yesterday I took a spin out to Long Island to have my car coded. What is coding? Coding is a form of car hacking, I guess. Every car has country-specific settings put into it by the manufacturer that turn off and on features depending on the local laws where that car is being sold. And with BMW and a lot of the European cars, there are many features that can be turned on which are turned off by default, particularly here in the US. So I was eager to get some of those features tried out and turned on. So I went over to Long Island and met up with a nice guy, Scott, who's one of my viewers, and he had volunteered to do the coding for me. He basically plugs his laptop into the OBD port, changes a bunch of hex codes and turns off and on features. He has a long list of features that can be turned off and on within the 4 series and particularly within the M4. But the features I was interested in were the increased power of the LED headlights. Here in the US, they really restrict the power of the high beam of the LED headlights, and that has been the most remarkable change to my car. Wow, I drove it last night. I tell you, the headlights must be twice, maybe 3 times as bright as they were previously. They were very weak in high beam. They're great in low beam, but in high beam, you're, oh my God, I paid so much money for these LED headlights. And now it's, whoo, the whole road lights up in front of me. So yeah, worth it for the LEDs alone. But yeah, he made a bunch of other smaller changes as well that I like. Most notably, the car doesn't bong and give you all the warning messages when you first get in. And one that I love is the turning off of the passenger seatbelt and possibly even the driver's seatbelt warnings as well, because I've always got camera gear or groceries or something in this seat here, and the car's always bong bong bong, put on the seatbelt, and that's gone now as well. Other little changes, so he also turned on the feature that allows you to wind the windows up and down with the key fob, and that actually caused a problem for me because that turned off another feature that I use all the time, which is when you lock a BMW, you can double click the key fob to turn off the internal motion sensors. And because I have my dogs in the car and I often stop and to go shopping or whatever and leave the dogs in the car, I need to be able to turn off those motion sensors. And so when he turned on that feature, he turned off the motion sensor cancel feature. So we had to go back and make an adjustment. So now it both work. As long as I hold down the button long enough, the windows will wind down or wind up with the key fob, and I can turn off the motion sensors. So there's a bunch of other things that he turned off and on, which I don't care about so much. I'll try and get a list from him, and I'll put it below in the description of what he did. But yeah, if you have the opportunity, particularly if you have the LED headlights, try and get the coding done, because boy, the difference is amazing. Also, while I was there, Scott's friend Jarrett turned up with his M3, and it was a San Marino blue M3. What a gorgeous color, and seeing it in real life, wow, what a stunner. And of course, he keeps this car immaculate. I think he's a little bit horrified by the state of my car with the dogs inside it and the general mess that I've got my car in at the moment. But yeah, beautiful car, beautiful color, and I took some video shots that I'll show you now of that San Marino blue M3. Of course, it's an M3, and we all know that the M4 is a far superior car, but boy, I love the look of that M3. It was a real stunner, and I did a little bit of burnout, and we had some drone shots, so I'll show you those now. But yeah, if you have a chance to get your car coded, I strongly recommend it. I've just had it for a day now, and I'm loving the changes to the car. And of course, it doesn't interfere with the warranty and doesn't interfere with any performance issues. It's just minor changes to the regional settings of your car.